to you live from Wongan Cave, just outside of Chiang Mai, Thailand. I'm here today to talk a little bit about the meaning of a word we commonly use during our yoga sadhana, which is called Namaste. It is an Indian greeting. It has many, many, many meanings. But the essence of the most important meaning sums up what our yoga philosophy is essentially all about. And it is the divinity within me recognizes the divinity within you. And in this way, we are one. So this refers to our condition as human beings. We are given the opportunity to experience an external world via our senses, and we also have access to an internal world via our meditation, via harnessing the full potential of our mind and utilizing our life's energy towards, of course, the highest purpose. The inner world is said to be infinite, full of peace, bliss, and is eternal, which is why we say Sat Chit Anand. Eternal, all existing, no matter the changes in the environment, no matter the changes in the mind, no matter the changes in the body, no matter the changes in physicality, that essence is eternal and unchanging. It is true. It has no opposite, therefore, it is one. And Anand, it is full of bliss. It is effulgent, they say, full of the bliss of life, which is beyond happiness, which is beyond sadness. Our whole purpose in yoga is to achieve that eternal state of Namaste. It also is a more humble version of Namaskar, which is very formal. We always, at the end of our yoga practice, say Namaste, keeping ourselves in a humble state, not caught up in the formalities of hierarchies, of all of the human divisions, but rather keeping that eternal, universal connectivity between all beings, between all interactions. You can see the beautiful environment here in the cave. Traditionally in our sadhana, we are going through a process of bringing ourselves from that external reality into the internal, eternal consciousness. This is why often great sadhakas, sadhikis, practitioners often find themselves retreating into a cave in a mountain to have a sense of peace, stillness in their senses, so that they may reflect inwardly without disturbance or distraction. However, it does not matter where you are. You can be in the middle of the most craziest city in the world and still have a state of meditation. Remember, when we say Namaste at the end of practice, it's more than just a word for us to be parroted back and forth. It's more than just a greeting, meaning hello or goodbye. It is a very deep acknowledgement that each one of us is eternally perfect, beautiful, and all of us are one in that realization. There is nothing that truly separates us when we are conscious of ourselves. Krishna. I'm joining you now live from the coast of Arao, Japan. In part one, you may have noticed I mentioned the word sadhana. This is a very important topic in yoga, one of the 4 main pillars. Sadhana literally means like spiritual practice. It also means to do something with a goal in mind. In terms of yoga, the goal is manifold. For some, it is enlightenment, samadhi, satori. For some, it is moksha, liberation, freedom from the cycle of samsara, the world of birth and death, rebirth. For some, it is prema, bhakti tradition, which is love. Love for God, eternal love for all beings. No matter what, sadhana is a purification practice. It's a practice for conditioning, for training, to purify all of the pollutions of the mind and body to bring us to a higher state of realization. For today's practice, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to integrate some yogic principles into your day-to-day life. For example, this posture I'm in now, we call it Vajrasana. In Japan, they call it Seiza. This is the most ideal pose for digestion because it reduces the flow of blood in the legs and increases the flow of blood in the abdomen, the digestive organs. This is really good for after, you eat, after you go for your walk, sit down, digest, rest, talk, do what you have to do, meditate. Digestion is very important to integrate the energy of the food we eat into our body. So it should be done with a clear mind, and you should always eat the right food. We'll talk about this later, but for now we're going to go to the second practice, which is a squatting position. For me, the squatting position is most excellent. It's very simple. You just get yourself down, squatting, trying to get your heels down. Now the reason I brought the block today was to help those who have tight hips. Sometimes the block can help underneath. You can do the same in the Seiza position on the knees. Squatting position is most excellent because it helps with the elimination, which is the bottom part of digestion, as we remove the food we ate. When we sit in squatting position, this is the ideal position to eliminate. It brings the right pressure to the abdomen, to the digestive organs, to push out properly. So gravity works better. When we sit on the toilet, it's a very uncivilized way of sitting, in the sense of the body becomes very lazy. It is not really in tune with the natural process. So we should try to cultivate the squat as best we can. Sometimes you may need to use the walls at first. Sometimes you may need to open the hips. It takes a lot of time to develop the squat. Even me, after many, many years with my Western conditioning, I still struggle in the squat position. But I practice it every day, and it's become a very integrated part of my life. It's very important for everyone to try to do this. In fact, many people ask me, how can I open my hips? I say you don't even need to practice a regular formal asana practice. You can just focus on squatting on the toilet every day, and you'll feel better.